Hey, Shiny from SpeedCubeReview.com. Let's go over all the Gan cubes. Now, I'm only doing this because people seem to get really confused on what is what in the order of them, and a lot of people feel like there's this huge difference between certain ones, and there's really not. So, first, there's a cube called the Gan 3, and there's a couple editions of that, but that one's not really produced anymore. It was 55 millimeter, it was really flexible, but yeah, it's not really, no one really uses it anymore. I'm sure there is someone who's looking at this video yelling at it right now. The GAN 357 was the big one for a while. It had a nylon core, so it was really flexible, and they replaced it with one that was a little bit stronger, so this is another one of the GAN cores. And the reason why there's no screws, because this is where the nuts would go over top of it. So after that, the GAN 357, they came out with the GAN 356. And that one had that silver logo on it. So they had this, and there was a standard edition, and then there was an advanced edition that had some nicer fluorescent stickers, and then there was a Masters edition. And so with the Masters edition, you ended up getting some extra springs with it and some nicer stickers. So they came out then with the 357 Ultimate, and what the Ultimate was a nicely set up version. Pieces were glued together. It had a metal core instead of a nylon one. It's not the exact same as the 356, but it was a metal core, which made it a bit more stable and had those nicer fluorescent stickers like I was talking about with the Advanced and Masters edition. So then after that, they came up with a 356 V2. And the V2 had a gold sticker. Sometimes you hear the word S, and what the S is a little bit more curve on the center cap. These two center caps actually have the difference. So you can see this one maybe compared to that center cap. This one, the gold one, has a bit more curve in it. Now, they also came out with a 356 S V2. I'm just going to call it 356 from now on. They came out with a version called the Light version. The light version is only like $16, and it just comes in a cardboard box, unlike these that come in the plastic cases, those really big plastic ones. After that, then they came out with the GAN Air. And the GAN Air looked a lot like the 356. The design is very similar, but it's a bit more stable. So if we go from left to right, the GAN 3 was really flexible, 357 a little bit less, 356 a little bit less than that, and the Air a little bit less than that. So each one's getting a bit more stable. The pieces were a little bit different shaped, a little bit more stable, and instead of these regular springs, you had the GES springs. It's all just built in where you don't have any washers or any nuts or any, it's just one set thing. You just drop this in, and they're color coded. So there is an advanced edition that doesn't have any extra springs. I don't believe there's a standard edition, and I think that's just because they didn't want to use these stickers anymore. So you automatically get these nicer fluorescent stickers in the advanced edition. The Masters edition is where you'll get the nicer springs, and then the Grandmaster edition is where you also get the blue, green, and purple ones. Now there's white in here because I have the green ones installed. So those are the three editions, and this is where people get confused. I've been hearing people say, you know, what's in between this and the Masters GAN Air? Well, the Master and Advanced and Grandmaster are all the exact same puzzle. And if you look at 356, the Standard, Advanced, and Master are all the exact same puzzle. It just has to do with the stickers and any extra springs you get. Now they came out with the GAN Air Ultimate. And so this one, the color changed just a little bit. And the Ultimate is slightly different. The pieces are the same shape, but the inside, they changed it so they could take out the screws and make the cube just a little bit lighter. Now, because it's the Ultimate, just like this one, the pieces have been glued together and kind of, they say hand polished. I'm thinking that's just sort of lubricated and make sure everything works properly. So it's really a setup cube from GAN, the Ultimate Edition. And lastly, they have the GAN Ultimate Magnetic, or the GAN And that one has the exact same thing as the Ultimate, but magnets installed from GAN. With this, with the Ultimate versions, you get all the springs. You get everything you do in the Grandmaster. So these ones are the exact same thing, just with magnets installed, and the exact same outer shape design as the Ultimate. The V1 and V2 are pretty similar, a little bit different in the tracks, but barely noticeable. And then 357, 357 Ultimate, same exact puzzle, but this one has a metal core and a bit more setup. And then we have the Gan 3. So that's about it. That's between all the different Gan puzzles. If you have any other questions, please leave them in the comment section below. Hit like, subscribe for more content like this in the future. And as always, stop by speedcubereview.com for more news and reviews.